A lot of people call this a right cross. The word cross means this. If somebody's throwing a jab at you, now what? If I slip inside the jab and throw a straight right hand, that's a straight right hand. A right cross is two types of right crosses in boxing. If I slip a little bit outside that punch, right, and I throw a straight right hand right across that little dip in the elbow. See the right hand is crossing over the left arm? That's a straight right cross, all right? The other type of right cross is this. If you're throwing a jab and I leave my hand in and I slip just inside the jab, and then I bring the right hand over the top of that arm, that is a right hook in actuality. Right? In boxing, we call that a right cross hook. See, that's it. So the guys doing the commentaries, oh man, that's a good right cross, and he's throwing a straight right hand. So get the terminology now. Now, when you throw a straight right hand, watch. I break it down to 3 steps. Step 1, we work on it. I want you to turn the right toe out like so. A lot of people turn that toe forward on a 45-degree angle. The problem with the 45-degree angle is when you start to rotate your hip to throw the right hand, see the hip's already halfway rotated. If I turn the toe out, see now I got more rotation on the hip, therefore I'm going to have more power in that punch. Okay? You see a lot of schools teaching the 45-degree stance. A lot of that comes from guys who have a karate background. Right? If you're throwing a left hook, you always want to start with the toe turned completely out. Therefore you got more rotation in the hip when you bring the hook across. If I'm throwing a straight right hand, I always want to start it with the toe turned all the way out. So this one go out. Therefore I got more rotation in that ball of foot, therefore more rotation in the hip. 3 steps. Step 1. Imagine the nails driving straight down through the ball of the foot, and you're spinning that ball of the foot right on the side of that nail. Is everybody see it? So step 1, you start to pivot on the ball of the foot, and the weight starts to, see the body weight shifting at the same time you start to pivot. Step 2. Step 2, the hip rotates through the center line before you release the punch. So always, when you teach, imagine your left hip is the hinge of the door, the right hip is the door. So the left hip doesn't move. A lot of people teach when you throw punches to spin the hips. It's incorrect. One hip almost locks. As I start to shift the weight forward, so you pick on the ball, but watch this hip move, doesn't. See that hip swings through like a door. See that left hip doesn't move. See, that's where you get the power in the punch. See, that hip swings through like slamming the door. That's where you get the leverage in the punch. Step 3, you can throw the punch off the chin, okay? Leave the hand there as you rotate the hip. If you leave the hand there as you rotate the hip. See, by the time I get ready to release the punch, the fist is directly in front of my armpit, just like starting a bench press. You can't do a good push-up, you can't do a heavy bench press when your hand is here. Now, a lot of boxing coaches say punch off the jaw, bring it back to the jaw. I don't believe in that. I don't teach that. You start with the punch here, okay? Or just make sure when you put the hand out here like a blocker, you don't blind yourself, you can't see the guy's feet. All right? Now let me get to the point. As you start rotating the hip through the center line, see the fist doesn't move. The shoulder comes up in front of the armpit. All right? Now I'm going to get to the yellow page in a second. When you throw the punch, notice my shoulder girdle is down. This is the shoulder girdle. Now it's up, now it's down. You call it cervical arch or shoulder girdle. Make sure you do not land the punch when the shoulder's up or forward. Okay? A lot of times people keep the hands up this way, see your shoulder girdle's broken, your cervical arch is broken, you can't hit over that way. When you do a bench press, that's world-class bench pressers. Your rhomboids, which are in the upper part of your back, underneath your trapeze, and your lats, those are your stabilizer muscles. Okay? So you want to lock those rhomboids before you begin the bench press. So at the end of a right hand, those rhomboids and those lats come into play, boom. So those are my stabilizer muscles, right at the point of contact. Notice the shoulder girdle is down. Don't land the punch this way. After you make the contact at the apex of the punch, then you can rotate your thumb down and the shoulder up. So you get more rotation in the punch, shoulder comes up, protect the chin. Then you pull it back to it. Now this is what I want you to think about today when you're throwing the punch. At the end of that punch, I want the alignment of the forearm and the alignment of the shin bone are exactly the same. See, that makes my heel turn outboard a little bit, not straight. In karate, they punch this way. All right. I'm going to rotate off. See, the little knuckle doesn't move. See it? So I'm rotating off this little knuckle. See how it turns over? You ever see what I'm doing? So if I come up this point, I start to throw the punch, and right at this point here, watch the thumb rotate over, the little finger doesn't move. When the thumb rotates over, watch the elbow go. See, it goes out just like doing a bench press. So that's it. Boom, from here, boom, bring that punch straight down. So you make contact with a punch. If the elbow's lower than the knuckles, your finger's going to hit first. So I don't like punching when the hip up. You go back to wartime to what the old sword fighters back in the days when like the Spartans were fighting the Persians and so forth. The Spartans had the short swords. And you go back and study sword fighting. Sword coming over this way has a lot more speed, a lot more velocity, and a lot more power than the underhand sword this way. You push more weight this way than you can this way. All right? That's why the overhand punch has more power and more speed than the underhand punch. If this had more speed, more power, they would pitch baseballs that way and they'd throw footballs that way. See? So you won't learn to turn the punch over and down, not coming up this way. All right? And what I just said to you guys, it's never been taught anywhere in the world before, so you got something the first time, but everything I showed you is common sense. So think about it. Now watch, if I'm throwing a straight punch against a bag over here, see if I come up this way, my fingers will be coming like that. If I try to keep the elbow in tight and rotate off that center knuckle, I have no power. See, now watch, see here? See the punch, boom, back, straight in, boom. Watch it, flip the page over, the other way up, back, come straight in. That's why you're going to throw the right hand. Let's try it in front of the mirror a few times, guys. All right, see, you got it. You can stand on there, a couple of you come. Just stay here in front of the mirror. All right, I'm going to walk you through the steps real fast. And then all I want you to think about is flipping that punch you can by turning the toe all the way out. Don't turn it 45 degrees. This is for speed penetration. See? But once I get inside to throw the right hand, now I got the toe turn out for maximum penetration. Same thing if I'm doing inside fighting. Come here. You see a lot of guys when they get in a clinch, see how my toes are turned forward? See that, guys? You can't hit guard like that. It's impossible. You got to have that hand out, have that foot back. So you get in a clinch. So you now have to rotate to get, like if I'm throwing a right hook or 45 short right hand. Okay? So as you start doing this, you're going to have to have it bring the foot back first. Whereas if this way, you're always going to bring that real foot back first. Okay? All right, now, position. Step one, right toe out. Imagine a nail is driven straight down through the center of your foot, and you're spinning that ball of foot on that nail. Okay? As you spin it, all the weight shift forward. Just feel that initial rotation of the right ankle and the weight shift. Weight shift. That's where you get that weight shift. And push it off. Second step. Second thing. Rotate that ankle, shift the weight a little bit. Freeze frame. Now as you lock the left hip, don't hold it tight, just don't let it move. Take the right hip like it's a door. Left hip's a hinge, right hip's a door. Slam that door through the center line, but don't move the hand. Leave the hand right where it is. Don't take your hand with it. Leave the hand here. Pull it back. All right, your hand sort of a little bit more in front of your chin. Nope. Try not to learn to punch off the side here. Try to learn to punch your hand this way. I get guys that come out of these karate classes with the shoulder square like this, one hand's here, one hand's here. Okay? You're going to get killed. All right? You want to point that shoulder at your opponent. Keep this hand between the two. See? My point is there's about 6 different ways you can hold your hand in boxing. Most people do this orthodox stance. Coming out of this cardio classes. Shoulders is part up, shoulders too far back. Right. Some people use this peekaboo stance like this. We call it putting on the blindfold. See? When the hand's like this, I can't see your feet. Right. Some people bring the hands up a little higher. I call this the earmuffs. The problem with the earmuffs is he can throw a hook behind my hands and I can't see it. See? So this is like earmuffs, blindfolds. You got to watch those peekaboo stances. Custer Devon taught that style. Okay, Jose Flores became a light heavyweight champion. He was Mike Tyson's mentor. Floyd Patterson picked it up, and then Custer Devon taught it to Mike Tyson. But you got to be careful about this peekaboo. When you use it, when not use it. So be careful with this orthodox position. peekaboo, okay? Log cabin, crab, turtle, whatever you want to call this. That works sometimes. Slingshot. Rear hand's here. This hand kind of swings. I like the way Joe Louis and Sugar Ray Ross used to stand. This hand's a little up, this and back like this. Got me? All right. This way, if you're trying to hit me with right hand or jab, you're going to have problems. Just make sure this hand doesn't block your being able to see the guy's feet. Is that got it? So if you teach it, you play with orthodox and kind of let the guys switch off once in a while. But some guys use this vortex head, they have trouble throwing the hook. And this hand kind of swings more like a slingshot. So if you work the jab a little easier, you can set up that hook a lot easier. Okay? All right, guys, position. All right. Let's get that right hand. Pivot. I want you to see, swing that hip through like a door. Pull it back. Swing that hip through. Swing it. When you swing it, watch when you swing it. Watch it. See, this hip doesn't move. When I swing, this hip's going to go forward, so it throws my weight to the front foot. See, as that door slams, it throws the weight to the front foot. See, you can feel that weight coming behind that front. It rotates all the way through the center line. Just as across the center line, you begin releasing the punch. All right, now I want you to work on that little rotation point. Rotate the little thing so the little thing doesn't move. This part of the hand comes over the top. See it? When it comes over the top, watch the elbow go out. Boom. See it? Boom. Set that right hand up. Just kind of drops down. So come up to this point. Every time I want you to work on that rotation. If this starts to move, roll it over. Boom. Roll it over. Use a little snap in it. Try to get away from this. With the hip and hand move at the same time like that. All right. Hip, boom, then punch. Hip, then punch. Now learn to move the hip and then release the punch. Watch me on in the back. A left hook is not a speed punch. A straight right hand is not a speed punch. In boxing, we use the left hand for one purpose, to stabilize the target. Sometimes I say, you set the table with the jab, then you come by and eat with the right hand or the cut kick below. All right. So a hip goes through, then you throw the punch. Everybody see it? Hip first, then you punch behind. Everybody see what I'm doing? Same thing, you throw a hook. Hip goes right, boom, hit the hook. Everybody see it? Okay. Now see if you can put a jab in front of it. Now watch. Classic boxing jab. Step with the heel, roll through the ball of the foot, slide your foot up. Don't drag it. Too often kickboxers do is they jump and they land on the ball of the foot when they jab. Like Thai boxing teaches you this garbage. And we jump in on the ball of the foot. Okay? I've never seen a good Thai fighter that has good hands. So, I like to try to step in, heel toe, and jab, and then try the right hand behind you. Heel toe, boom. So watch. Step into the pocket first, set. Then release the right hand if you can. Like 3 times. Step into the pocket, use the jab to make your entry, set, and when you set, see all you guys got your right, see the watch, turn your right toe forward. See if I'm smart, this guy's going to worry about his right hand. Plus I know he can't hit hard. See? I know it's best he can slap you. See? I just go walk into his butt. Ever see it? If I'm in a clinch, I see that right toe turn forward, I ain't worried about that right hand. What's the best he can do is slap. You everybody got it? Right. So use that jab. If you use the jab, you can go and penetrate like this fine. See? But when you use the jab to set the table, make sure you begin the toe turn out. Otherwise you're going to be slapping guys. That's why there's probably only 3 boxers in the history of boxing who can knock somebody out in the very last round of a world championship fight with 1 punch. Now, many people can say this. Muhammad Ali can't say it. Mike Tyson can't say it. Jack Dempsey could. Rocky Marciano could. Joe Louis could.